Saturn is going to move into Purva Ashadha on 27th of November. And this is a challenging transit. So we should be prepared for it. This is Komilla Sutton. I'm going to talk about Saturn's transit through Purva Ashadha in Sagittarius sign and what to expect from it, how to deal with it, what it will affect you, how it will affect you as well. So the most important thing are the dates. 27th of November, Saturn goes into Purva Ashadha, and it remains there till 26th of December 2019. So this is a 1 year, 1 month transit. It's quite normal for Saturn to be in one nakshatra for 1 year. So that is not unusual. Sometimes what happens is that Saturn will go into a nakshatra, then retrograde back, and then go back again. So Saturn has already in 2018 been for a little while in Purva Ashadha, but now it is going to remain entirely in Purva Ashadha from 27th of November onwards. And Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, it is the nakshatra, the meaning of it is what cannot be suppressed. So it is a powerful nakshatra for bringing out your talents, your spirituality, your positive side of the nature. Of course, we should not forget it can also be negative aspect. So you can't suppress your personality. So, but it can also create sometimes jealousy from other people, and people want what you have. So you have to be careful about your vulnerability during this time. Purva Ashadha is ruled by Venus, and it is 13 degrees 20 to 26 degrees 40 in Sagittarius Nakshatra. And the 4 padas are Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio. But the key factor here is that what are the planets you have placed in Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, and the fact that Saturn is transiting through Purva Ashadha. Shani, wherever he's transiting, has a teachable moment, something that he can teach you, something we have to learn. He's never going to give an easy time, whether he's the best planet for your Lagna or not such a good planet for your Lagna. So he's always going to teach you something about yourself, make you mature, slow down situations, create delays, obstacles. The reason is very simple. He wants you to mature, to develop yourself. The delay is not just because he wants to bother you. It's because you must learn. If you refuse to learn, he keeps on creating the bother. So that is important to understand with any Shani transit. Respect it, take your time, don't rush into things, don't cut corners. I did a series of 4 lectures on Saturn. You may like to listen to it. I'm going to put the links below so that you can visit them to see what I talk about Saturn in that 4 different sections about Saturn. So in Purva Ashadha, the 3 key things you're always looking for is my Lagna in Purva Ashadha, is my moon, is my sun in Purva Ashadha. Lagna means all your life can get disrupted, delayed, change of job, obstacles. Moon is emotionally very tough, psychologically tough for you. These Shani transit is not, to scare you, but to understand this is a part of nature, There are times that we have to take things slowly, at the times where we can enjoy life to its fullest. So this is a time for, Purva Ashadha moons, that this is the most important year for them. And then sun as well, that's your identity, your ego, your job as well. So these 3 are the important planets, but other planets as well. If you have Saturn in Purva Ashadha, you're getting a Saturn return. Venus is about relationships. Jupiter is about wisdom or knowledge. Mercury is about your thinking. Mars is about wanting to take action. Rahu, Ketu, again, they are karmic planets. So if Shani is going over them, it's like maturing that energy. And we need to be conscious of it. If anything worries you, it's a good idea to have a consult and seek advice of an expert. More than just what I'm teaching, because obviously there's a limitation of time. We cannot teach everything. But this transit carries on till 26th of December. But what is more kind of intense about the Saturn in Purva Ashadha is that two important things to remember. One is that Ketu is going to go into Sagittarius on 6th of March, but he only goes into Purva Ashadha Nakshatra. One sec, let me just get the date for you. On 8th of May. Then once he goes in 8th of May, he's going to conjoin with Saturn and remain there till the end of Saturn's Purva Ashadha transit. But Saturn itself, just before 8th of May, goes retrograde almost to the end of Purva Ashadha, 26 degrees, 36 minutes. And what Shani is telling us about that is that he's gone to that end, but he has not crossed over to the next nakshatra. That means that projects of Purva Ashadha yet to be done, and those projects have to be sorted out, worked out. So he's going to retrograde back till 19 degrees of Sagittarius, still in Purva Ashadha nakshatra, and then go forward till 26th of December. So there's a lot of grinding, slow actions taking place. And we as followers of Jyotish, followers of astrology, we seek the light not to scare us, but to understand that this is what is happening and that we need to work with this energy. So on 8th of May, Ketu comes into Purva Ashadha, but because Saturn is stationing, Ketu and Saturn will go together. I'm just going to show you just like that, slowly backward together all the way up to October. Saturn will go direct on, one sec, I must get my glasses on. Saturn will go direct on 19th of September. And all the way from May to September, actually a little bit earlier, Saturn and Ketu are together. So that means Saturn is saying, face your responsibility. Ketu saying, I'm a moksha karaka planet. I want to give up everything. But the wisdom of understanding Ketu is that we can find self-realization. We can work with our life, not by cutting away from situations, but by facing things that need to be faced, cutting off the excess baggage where excess baggage needs to be cut off. But overall, this is not an easy transit. It's very challenging. Therefore, my suggestion would be to wait till 2020 after the transit is done to make decisions, to see what are the messages you receive, what is it that you understood, how to deal with it, how to work with it. That is important aspect. Then the second most difficult energy of this year of 2019 is going to be Mars-Rahu conjunction exactly opposite Saturn-Ketu. And this is on 14th of June, and that is going to be very volatile. So some people ask me whether there's going to be a war during that time. These are volatile energies. Every year I notice there is some big crisis moment. And in the world, some area is disrupted. We cannot say, it's such a big, vast subject, that where the problem is going to be exactly. But what we can do is that we can be aware of these volatile energies and, plan our life accordingly. 14th of June is extremely difficult. So avoid traveling, big crowds, avoid making big decisions in life, caution, caution, caution. That is important. As far as wars are concerned, there are all sorts of wars, a cyber war, trade war, viruses coming out. So all sorts of different types of modern day warfare. So what we can do is we can protect ourselves. We should maybe have a good software in our computers and things, whatever, smartphones, so that we are protected. But otherwise, we can only look at our chart to see how this transit is connecting with us, and then accordingly, you can decide whether it is. But generally, what I find is, and I follow this personally also, is to take great care of what I'm doing. Take time, do some remedies, and multiple remedies you can do for Shani. You can do karma yoga, selfless work. You can donate money for good causes. You can feed people, look after them. And you can also do mantra for Shani, puja for Lord Shiva, for Ketu, puja for Ganeshji. Do all these things, mantra for Ketu, feeding, donation, all these things are important. I'm going to make another section of this where how this Purva Ashadha Nakshatra affects each of the Rashis and each of the planets. I will talk about that later. But, keep an eye out on these transits and be cautious. Don't be afraid. This is the whole idea of Jyotish that is showing us the light, to be, there's time to be, wear a coat because it's snowing outside. Similarly with planets, when times are difficult, we take care. So this is Komilla. I will talk to you in the second section. My website is komilla.com, and I so appreciate you following me and liking this, and leave your remarks as well and your thoughts on this transit, and all the best.